Okay guys, good afternoon. This is Andy here, aka Montolio, and we are in another vintage daily event, and I've decided to bring Omni Oath today. I run one opponent is artificer1201, and we're going to keep this hand. Unfortunately, we're on the draw, but we have the plan of trying to resolve an oath as well as a show and tell. So I think what we do is, well, we'll see what our opponent does here. That's a scary start. Okay, workshops. So that's relatively troublesome. That's a very strong start from our opponent. Stuffing it. Okay. Yeah, wow. Um, well, I think we resolve an Oath of Druids here. I think it makes it relatively hard for our opponent to be able to win this way. And now, of course, Staffinen is going to do some good work for sure, but I think we just go for a basic here. Now, the problem with this is it takes us off of black, which we've got a couple black cards, but this is going to allow us to do some stuff here, and we've got that Oath of Druids, so I think that's the smartest play. Pretty strong start from our opponent, though, and had we been on workshops, this would have been that much stronger. And hopefully, we're able to do something next turn. But an Oath of Druids against workshops is really tough for them to beat. Now, yes, he does have that Staff of Nin going, which is problematic. He can sphere us out, but he can't really resolve any creatures. Now, his best route would be to beat me with Mishra's Factories and locking us out of the game that way, with spheres and just beating down on factories. But hopefully we're able to do something here, and it'd be awfully nice to drop this Grizzlebrand into play. If he plays Asphere, hopefully we'll be able to at least brainstorm. But he does have us on a, he is going to be drawing a lot of cards off the staff, so we've got to try and do something here sooner than later. And hopefully he's just passing turn here. Looks like he is. Which is, really great news for us, because if we draw a land here, we can just drop a Grizzlebrand into play. Take a look at our deck here. What could we get with a Demonic if we chose to go that route? An Omniscience would be really good with the show and tell. We did play Omni, right? Yeah. Okay. So, looks like we are presented here with the option of show and telling a Grizzlebrand into play, which is pretty solid. I mean, what do we have for removal here? I don't have any Ancient Grudges or anything I can really do against the staff. I mean, I could go in Demonic Tutor to find an Omniscience, but I don't think that's really that good. I do think it's correct to put Grizzlebrand into play here. And, hopefully he's not running Forge Masters, but if he is, I still think that's fine. Or do I Thought Seize him? To see what he's got in his hand. I think we just go for it. I mean, look, if he's got a Forge Master, we're still drawing just a ton of cards here. Okay, Lodestone Golem is not a problem. And it's nice because he doesn't get a trigger off the Oath. I mean, it'd be a little bit sad if you got a duplicate here, but we're still going to get an activation off of our Oath next turn, getting another Grizzlebrand or Emrakul. I wouldn't be surprised to see us get Wastelanded here. And we can't do anything about that, unfortunately. Yep. Okay. Now, here is an interesting conundrum. Do I attack into the Grizzlebrand? I don't think so. I think I take a gamble and try and get Emrakul here. And if it's just another Grizzlebrand, then so be it. And if we hit the other Grizzlebrand, I mean, we can still draw 7. He's got 12 cards in hand. Wow. But, I mean, hitting the Emrakul is significant. Okay. Well, I am going to block here. He's probably going to play a second Staff of Nin, is my guess. But I don't think it's that big of a deal, if that's how he wants to do it. So he's trying to prevent us also maybe from getting another activation, I don't know, off of our Oath. Okay, Trinisphere is actually a pretty good card. I am going to draw 7 here. I don't know that Trinisphere does that much against us, but considering we have so much life right now, and I think it's completely fine to force that. And we're just going to pitch a Mental Misstep here. We want to inhibit our opponent's ability to make it so it's not difficult for us to cast spells. So here's the next one. It's probably just a Sphere is my guess. Oh, Chalice at 1. Okay. Chalice at 1 is actually perfectly reasonable here. I'm not going to draw another 7 to counter that. Unfortunately, we don't get an activation here, but I think Show and Tell is a nice card. Maybe I just draw another 7 and see if I can find some fast mana in order to go and get an Omniscience. Because we don't even have a mana here. I mean, we do need to do something. Let's draw 7. Okay. Now we've got the Show and Tell Emrakul here, which pretty much ices it. Thoughtseize doesn't do anything, just gets countered. Maybe I demonic tutor for... Well, I can demonic tutor for omniscience. I think that just has to be the play. I'm not thrilled to be giving him the token here for the Emrakul, but where this becomes awkward if he puts a lodestone golem into play, but that would inhibit us from casting. 1, 2, 3. I just think omniscience is the best way to go here. So he did get me. Sphere was good. We attack. And I'm just not going to draw any cards here. I'm just going to gain the life. And I don't think I can cast anything here. Yeah, it does cast. Cost 1. Alright, so what we do is we discard a bunch of stuff here. We'll just discard our 1 casters. So my opponent's got a lot of cards in hand, and he's going to be able to cast a lot, but I don't suspect he's going to be able to do enough to lock us out from casting Emrakul here. And Grizzlebrand. 2, 4, 5 mana. He can wasteland us. Maybe play 2 spheres. It's not enough. And we cannot activate our Oath of Druids here, because I don't think we have anything else in our... No, we've got our 2 creatures in hand. Interesting to note whether it was correct to play the Emrakul last turn or the Omniscience. Now, Omniscience, of course, sets us up for a long game, in the sense that we don't really need to worry about mana that much. Our opponent appears to be playing Martello Shops if he's got a Staff and Nin in there, but that's not necessarily true. So here comes something big. 8 mana. What is he looking to do here? The only thing I think that would be really bad for us here is maybe if he had a Lightning Greaves into a Blightsteel Colossus, like Lightning Greaves into Forge Master into Blightsteel Colossus, then of course we would die. Okay. So he knows we have Emrakul. That's a smart play. Vishna. Very nice play. And that really does hurt us a lot. Because he's going to take our omniscience here, and we don't really have any way out of that. Because we've got our two creatures in our hand, and we've got to get a show and tell. Very nice. We've used two show and tells, so I guess we can dig for a show and tell. Now Wasteland hurts a lot more. Yeah, so, that situation makes it look like it would have been much, much smarter to play the Emrakul. Spine of Vishna, in all fairness to ourselves, though, is not a commonly played deck. And hopefully he just shoots his token here, trying to prevent an Oath trigger. Wasteland, okay. He doesn't realize we've got both our only creatures in hand, so. Nice thing about dig through time in this situation is it circumvents the sphere. It's really nice our opponent doesn't know we have both our creatures and can't Oath, so it protects us from getting shot with the staff and in here. Let's see what we're up against. Okay, yeah, we're definitely playing against. Okay. So dig through time. This is a pretty bad dig, I won't lie to you. Both those cantrips are dead. I think we just take the Force of Wills here. Alright. At least this will keep him from plunking us. Like he's not going to want us to have that Oath token, and hopefully he doesn't play a creature here. We just discard Oath of Druids here. And we'll just play the game like we have a creature in our deck. The problem is we've got the second Orchard, and it's problematic for our opponent to be able to deal with two Orchards, so we might not be able to play that. It's nice we're also ahead on the clock on this one. But Spine of Vishna, very nice. Shops cannot remove enchantments typically, and boy did he ever. What would be really suck is if we got an enabler out to get that back to his hand, as he's casting that with ease. Wonder how many errors we've made here on this. This looks big. Karn's Silver Golem. I don't think we can let Karn resolve. Pitching a dead card in Brainstorm. Refilling our graveyard somewhat. Hopefully that doesn't show him that we've got our two creatures in hand here. That we're fearful of the Karn. What's a really bad thing though is unless he drops an absolute bomb on us here, I don't think we can force a will because we really need that dig. Double staffing in. Okay. Or no, he's got a Spine Ishna now. I think that's fine. But now our oath tokens, he's not worried about those at all. Alright. Well, that should be his last play here. I guess he can play a Mox. We need to rip a show and tell. Alright. One of the worst cards we could have drawn. We did not hit a show and tell here, guys. Miss Jason LOA. Okay. I don't think we're in very good shape here, but the fact that our opponent has so much mana is really bad for us, and so many cards, of course, too. And if he takes one of our blue sources, that's all the worse for us. He's got 3, 6, 9, 11, 12 mana plus whatever he plays. Could be multiple lodestone golems that come down. Almost assuredly, he's got Forge Masters. Okay, Strip Mine is good. This could be a chalice of 2. Not sure why you'd tap a mox to do that, but anyways. Tangle wire, yeah. Tangle wire is really, really bad for us. I think we've got to force that. Sure, he's got multiple in hand, but okay. Oh, scary. Okay. We just die. Yep. Very nicely done. One life too, eh? Okay. So I got to give our opponent credit there. Get credit where credit is due. Got a pretty nice sideboard against workshops. Misdirection is a really bad card. I'm going to take out Omniscience. I'm going to take out Emrakul. Probably don't need a Jace in there. Flusterstorm, all my mental missteps are really bad. Probably Abrupt Decay is quite reasonable here. Yeah, I think this is good. Oh, forgot Hurkyl's Recall. Wouldn't mind having a second Jace. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. We will absolutely keep this hand. Tempted to play the Orchard so I can vamp on my upkeep, but let's see what he does here. Could be a turn 1 Lodestone, which I think is fine. Tangle Wire perhaps? Oh, Chalice at 1, okay. I don't think we can let him do that. That's 8, right? Kind of cool to hard cast a Grizzle Poppy. Okay. I feel like we're in pretty good shape here. One, two, three, four. So he gets everything, yeah. I think that's fine. He shuts himself down too. I mean, does he have another land here? Workshop, okay. Zero resistance, yeah. The question is do we vamp tutor for a... See, this really adds to his tangle wire here. This is the problem. Maybe we just go and get a Hercules recall here. Okay. So he doesn't really have to tap anything down. He's going to have pretty good control of the board here. We just have to really hope we don't get revoked or wastelanded. And we can drop the oath here with all likelihood. But yeah, this is not... I mean, Tangle Wire was a really good card for him to resolve there against us. Now, if he drops a cage on us, that's really bad too. Because we've chosen to go the route of Oath of Druids, because it's the cheapest for us to cast. So we'll have to get a little bit lucky here, but even a Lodestone Golem, we're still going to be able to cast the Black Lotus, or the Oath of Druids. No, Rod. Wow. Really strong play from our opponent there. Yeah, I mean, we're going to be able to get that Null Rod next turn, hopefully, but pretty scary. Just got to hope our opponent doesn't have much going on. Like, any type of threat here is really bad for us, and because the deck is so redundant, I think there's a high probability he will have something, so... And Sphere is what's really... Tangleware and Sphere are pretty nasty here. On pass turn. Chalice of 2 is pretty good. Alright, well, that's the one we got to kill now. Yeah, ugly. We really need to draw a land here. The fact we've been bricking on land is pretty bad. Three, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're still 9 now. No. Smokestack. Okay. So I got a turn to pull it together. Well, let us nuke the Chalice of the Void here. Land, come on. really huge resolving that. See if our opponent, how good he is at stacking here. Yep, stacked it right. Interesting. Tango wire, okay. It's not going to stop my Grizzlebrand though. But we are in some trouble here because the tango wire with the smokestack is really bad for us. Okay. I think we just got to get permanents out for the smokestack. I mean, it's not profitable for him to attack me right now. If we can somehow take this one home. He's not going to have the time, I don't think, to beat me in game 3. I did stack them right. Yep. So we might have a mana here to use. Hopefully we don't get hit with another tango wire. Crucible World, he's got no land. That's fine. Alright. So let's draw 7 and see if we can belch out some permanents here. Fortunately, we've got that sphere there. Time Walk would be so nice to cast, but we're underneath the sphere to do it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We should have lands in our deck here. It's kind of be really bad if we didn't have a land, but look at that, one land. Actually, Underneath the sphere. I could Ancestral here too. Ancestral seems pretty bad. I really think we just want to get permanence down against that smokestack. Yep. Just gotta hope he doesn't draw anything here. We can draw 7 to force if we absolutely have to. Lucky for us, our opponent hasn't drawn anything here. So he's going to sack it. I guess a land. And Mock Sapphire, probably. Oh, Null Rod. Interesting. Okay. Null Rod would make me feel good. No. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, if we got another Tangle Wire, we'd be in a lot of trouble. One life. Okay. Might have been smart to sack his, well, not really. Metamorphing. Okay. He does have to pay that Ancient Tomb to do it, though. If he doesn't have another land, he cannot metamorph because of his own sphere. Alright. That's good news, guys. Yep. Really good hand. Note our opponent has 2 minutes and 20 seconds on their clock. Turn 1 Lodestone. Okay. Oof. That's a bit of a beating. Um... I mean, I can kill the Chalice right now and play 2 Moxes, but they don't really do a ton for me. I guess they do. But the problem is then I've got to sacrifice 2 Smokestack. I think I just got to kill the Smokestack here. Excuse me. That's the right play. He's at a very strong turn here. I'm just thinking about what land I want to play. The problem is that if I do this, I have to get a green source in order to shoot this thing down at end of turn, and I really want a black source, right, for abrupt decay. So I'm exposing my land. And it might be a gamble I need to take here. Like, how desperate am I to do that? Yep. And I mean, there's a lot of things that could go wrong for us here for sure, but hopefully it's not like a lodestone golem or a sphere. Okay. That is pretty good. It resolves. And so does Cage. Alright, I'm feeling very good with where we're at right now. Just on time alone. Okay. Yeah. Wasteland is definitely good. And I've got lots of land, so I can live with that. Okay. No sphere. Okay. It's pretty good on Cage. Yeah. All right. This takes him off. Well, I was going to say it doesn't take him off casting creatures necessarily, but now we should be able to Oath next turn. Oh, great. That just feels good. All right. Okay, do we want to do anything here? I don't think so. Just got one card in hand, so we can draw a whole bunch if we need to. Huh, funny to have drawn a Grizzlebrand there. No rod, which evidently is pretty good against me. And we'll just discard both the druids. Actually, what am I doing? Just doesn't matter. Just squandering time here. None of this matters. Okay, so we will do this. No, we would not like to use Oath of Druids. We will just play a land, and I will attack for 7. Pass turn. Smokestack is fine. No, we would not like to do that. I will draw 7 just because. And I will play a land. I will play a Jace the Mind Sculptor. Actually, no, I won't. There's no point. I will attack for 7. All right. Well, I made that make way closer than I needed to, but we did emerge victorious, guys.